everybody, and welcome back to Ready, Steady, Play.
Hello.
Hey.
It's been a while. Andrew's back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
For the first time since Hero Quest Part 2.
No,
Gloom of Guilford.
Gloom of Guilford, yeah.
That epic.
Yeah. I had to leave early that time.
That really hot summer's day.
Oh, yeah. I put out the second part of Hero Quest after we filmed that.
Oh, I see. Part 2. Yes.
Because I live a weird dual life where half of it's filming and half of it's editing.
Oh, yes. I forgot you'd done part 2.
Yeah,
Why am I here?
Ahead of scheduling. So we've enticed Andrew back with Village Attacks.
Woo!
Which is a cool game.
Ogre.
It's a troll.
Oh,
troll.
So close.
Almost. So this is an inverse of the conventional setup, wherein we are the monsters and we are murdering villagers, or we're defending ourselves against villagers who have come to murder us. We've all picked some cool monsters to be.
Yes.
And
who have you picked?
I'm a banshee.
She looks scary.
She is scary. She's like, why did you never call me back?
Scorned.
It's not you, it's me.
I'm sorry if I went on that on a first date. I think I'd not return the call either.
Hey, we're both Irish monsters.
Oh, right, very cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm Banshee, woman of the barrows.
Shoulder.
I don't get that reference.
Oh, it's Islands. You're going to answer Island's call. It's
Oh,
Chris will
I
get
see.
it.
Chris, that's for Chris. That's for you, Chris, out
Yeah.
there watching. Hailing from wait, no, damn it, Aaron.
It's a rugby reference
Channeling.
as well.
Hailing from Ireland, a banshee is a female spirit that heralds death. Dressed in tattered robes she was buried in, with unnaturally pale hair and a visage of pure horror, the banshee is a truly terrifying thing to gaze upon. A banshee will begin to wail when death is imminent, and her screams have been known to drive those who hear them insane. If you ever see a comb lying on the ground along the highway, you must never pick it up, for it is most certainly a trap laid by a banshee to lure you to your death.
Who would pick up a comb on the highway?
There you go. That's me.
Yeah, but things were worth something back then. You know, things were made to last. It wouldn't have been.
Because I'm like, I don't want to use someone else's comb. That's a bit gross.
Maybe if you rinse it under the sink first,
Yeah.
or the stream in this case.
Yes, the natural water source. Things went piped.
This is not a contemporary game.
Yeah, in the brook.
The Banshee's capture rate has declined significantly since people discovered they could buy combs at Boots.
A pack of 5. Or it doesn't matter if I lost one.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I suppose peasants back in the day, sort of like gives an indication of what times we're living in.
Yeah.
Well, at this time,
they would have been made of bone.
Yeah, they were all hand carved.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
And it'd be very difficult.
Right, so I
History
am not the second Irish person in the lineup here. I'm Dullahan, the headless horseman, who I believe is the Banshee's first boyfriend. hence,
Until I bit his head off.
Hence what's happened to him here.
They're a bit of a power couple.
Yeah. I pulled his spine out and bit his head off.
Not to be confused with the headless horseman of
Sleepy
Hollow.
Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow,
Though
which
it
I got
does
confused
look
with.
remarkably similar, but that's not the same one.
Yeah, because I was like, he doesn't have his head.
Yes, there are several horsemen who are headless. I mean, it's not limited to one. But Dullahan, clad in jet black armour, armed with a whip made of human spine in one hand and its own ghastly head in the other, the Dullahan is a terrifying sight. He rides the length and breadth of Ireland with the single purpose of delivering death to his victims, and will only speak once on his journeys, to mark his quarry for death. No obstacle can bar his way. And it is even said that when the head is head aloft, the Dullahan can see vast distances. To gaze upon the Dullahan is to bring ruin upon you. He is known to strike blind, or to throw blood into the eyes of anyone who spies him on his grisly errands.
I don't like him. It's a good job we're mates.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Banshee, so on the other hand.
I'm like, you go your way, I'll go mine. You take corridor 1, I'll take corridor 2. I don't want to see you in my corridor, Doolhan. Keep leaving combs around for you.
You're just not picking up on it. So do me?
Yes.
You might have to read it for me. I don't know if you can. But I am a
I
vampire.
can do my vampire voice.
Yes.
It sounds remarkably like an Italian plumber. Made nameless.
It's hard. It's hard, actually. It's like vampire segues into Italian.
Yeah.
Really easily.
So just do the laugh after every bit.
It's
Let's
me,
go.
Dracula.
I am the vampire. Oh, I could read that.
Can you read that from there?
So, the vampire, the cursed immortal. The vampire is a creature of the night that kills humans and livestock for their blood. Sightings of these creatures are widespread, and cases have been documented all over Europe. However, how a vampire is created is widely disputed. Some believe the simple act of an animal jumping over a corpse is enough to create one, whilst others think that a improper burial can cause the vengeful death. It can cause the vengeful dead to return. Ooh. From afar, it is easy to mistake a vampire for a regular human being, but as you approach the pale companion, sharp fangs.
A pale complexion.
You are no friend of mine.
The pale companion. The pale complexion. It's hard to read from here. It's hard to read in general. Why am I kidding? The pale complexion, sharp fangs, and lifeless eyes reveal its supernatural nature. Ooh. This looks like Lord of the Rings.
I think we all kind of knew that, apart from the jumping over the corpse bit.
Yeah, it's almost like going to sleep.
That's a bit.
There's a lot of.
Some people will do anything to come up with this theory.
I'm no expert, but there's a lot of sort of vampire stuff that's really come about very recently. If you look back in history at a lot of the historical vampire sort of rules and how they came about, and the actual sort of real events that caused people to believe in them, it's very different to what we think of now, the sort of Twilight-esque or True Blood-esque vampires. But I won't go into much more detail because that's another show.
Stroke rant.
Stroke. They're not here for vampire lore. They're here to play this game.
You can tell me that later if you like.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested.
Cool. Yes, we will do that.
So we'll watch all 5 of them?
All 5 what?
Twilight movies.
Yeah.
Was it 4? I can't remember.
Every time they do something wrong, I'll point it out.
Yeah.
Right, so, we're doing village attacks. This is scenario 7?
Yeah,
yes,
no,
bar the...
9. Scenario 9.
Bar the gate?
Bar the gate.
I think.
Bar the gate!
In this scenario, we're basically playing the full game, because there's 10 scenarios in the core game, and then there's another 4 scenarios that come with the expansions Horror of the Sands, which we might look at in another series. But for now, we're just doing the core set with the troll and all of the optional rules implemented. So this is so scenarios 1 to 5 form like a mini campaign that introduce you to the full rules of the game, and then scenarios 6 to 10 are basically implementing all of the stuff you've learned in its full capacity. And so here in this one, what we've got is 3 spawn points at the top of the map, spewing out the angry rabbles and the heroes who are coming to kill us. We're the monsters down here in the castle heart. They know that they can't truly kill us because we're supernatural immortals until they destroy the castle heart. So they're all trying to get there, and we're basically trying to barricade these entrances so they'll stop coming into our castle and messing with our day.
Get out!
Stroke night.
Get out of here, you kids!
So rude, barging in.
But it doesn't just happen during the day, though. Does it, Mike?
It happens a day and night.
Yeah.
Yes. So now what I'm doing is I'm randomizing the events deck to determine when the troll will show up and where. So this is a big troll here, and he's no one's friend. He's just going to stomp around the castle, sort of making everything a mess. But he doesn't start on the board. He'll just show up later.
Why are trolls always got big and fat?
They don't. The Norwegian trolls are very small and hairy.
And they
really?
live under bridges. What are they Norwegian trolls?
Well, it depends. Yeah. On what about the 1980s trolls?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. With big hair.
Yeah.
But
Came back for the vengeance.
I mean,
last
actually, that's
2016, I think.
2016 is because of the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
No.
No, me neither.
But what I did see was a movie called Troll Hunter, which was a faux documentary made by Norwegians, which was very good.
It is.
It's basically, imagine like I don't know what's the best way to put this.
It's got a bit of a Blair Witch feel to it.
I was going to say that,
It's
yeah.
found footage.
But with a lot more sort of special effects
Yes.
and sort of real.
What, with real trolls?
Yes, real trolls.
Yes, real trolls. There was a casting call for it, which I
Right.
showed up to.
Well, the trolls wanted to make themselves known to the world.
To clear up some of the myths about
There's a whole scene with an ice troll that's taller than a building.
Yeah.
This is the CGI that you're on about, right?
No, real trolls, Michael. Do you not believe in trolls?
In Norway.
I mean, have you not seen the film? It's not really a matter of belief anymore. It's fact now.
Yeah, it's a documentary.
I think it's on Netflix actually. So if you have Netflix, you might be able to catch it there.
I shall look out for this.
There's also the Troll Hunter cartoon by Guillermo del Toro, produced by Guillermo del Toro on there, which is also good, but it's a completely different kind of thing.
He's like that famous director dude.
He is that famous director, dude. What did lots of cool movies, like most recently Shape of Water, but also Pan's Labyrinth. Hey, who's here about board games?
Uh-oh.
Stop
Digress.
distracting me, Marco.
It's alright.
What's up?
I'm just it's a strange question, right? So, how does Doulahan comb his hair if he were to find one lurking? If he's got his big whip in his hand and
He's going to have to put one down.
holding his other. I mean, just saying. Right?
Well, he sits down and he puts his head in his lap.
That's it.
That's quite sweet. And he like brushes his hair.
Brushes his hair.
Oh, that's quite sweet. I like Doulahan. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
So I think we're all set up and ready to go. So the first
Yes.
thing we have to do is randomly determine whether it starts on day or night, and who'll be first player.
Okay.
So we'll do it this way again.
Ugh.
I'm going to give Mikey the choice because I know he loves this. All right, find the day die. Find the day die.
Okay.
Please find the day die. It's so much easier if it starts on day.
Yes!
Yes, good. Well done. You can have a cookie later.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Hey, cookie.
Oh, we're going to spawn some villagers as well.
I'm easily bought.
So 4 peasants in this room.
4?
There we go. I've kept the peasants out to aid with this.
Should we get some backup peasants?
Oh, do you want to... Michael's got the backup peasants, but we need a hunter for this area.
Sure.
Make sure the 3 discs are in there as well, please, Andy.
Hunter, yeah. 2 hunters.
Yep, 2 hunters.
Of which colour?
Hunting Andrew!
Hey, bring it on!
Those are red ones.
Andrew's red, isn't he?
Yep.
I'm red.
Yep.
And last but not least, we've got another card to draw.
Do we not bother with the heroes then in this starter phase?
No, because the tier 1 is redraw.
Gotcha.
When we escalate to tier 2, the heroes will become more common.
Gotcha.
So we've got 2 more hunters, so we'll need another token, please, Andrew.
They're the heroes, aren't they?
Yep, those are the town heroes at the top there. So we've got various kinds of villagers coming at us.
It's me again.
Oh no!
Oh no! So
This is
But
bad.
that's fine. I'm a tank character,
Yeah, but
so
if
I
come out
want to
Andrew-
I want to start attracting.
Have you
these
got a
people.
tiny? Oh, yep. Have you got a tiny base? Yep.
already on it, buddy. There we go. Boom. All right. So these are the hunters. They're sort of like trapped up villagers who think that they've got all that, coming to kill Andrew. These are regular peasants who are easy to kill, and then these up here are the town heroes who are sort of specialists, and they're much harder to kill. So we don't want to see them really if we can help it.
Go away.
Right, Andrew, would you mind drawing one more token from that bag?
Okay.
This determines.
It's gonna
This
be
will-
me again.
See who's first player. If you can find your own token a third time, we'll call foul.
No.
It's Michael.
Cool.
MJ.
You are the starting first player.
I can do this.
Pass me that.
Monsters away.
All right, it's your turn to go first. So you're going to start with the night die. No, day
the
die.
day die.
Day die. We're starting on day.
Da.
6. Da, da,
Dun,
da.
dun, dun.
Die.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is going to be a theme, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's not too bad. So you've got a melee and a ranged, a melee and a
Got
defense.
nothing for the day.
Yes.
Yes.
So they're your starting dice.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this ranged attack.
You're going to reserve ranged attack
I'm
for
going to
later?
reserve ranged attack, which is here.
God damn my stuffed nose.
Would you like a tissue?
Can we do a timeout while I blow my nose? I'll just leave this in because everybody loves this content. I do all that.
Plus, it's not
Snorty
dissimilar to what
snort.
the Banshee's cry would be like.
My banshee's wail is the sound of a nose being blown. Can you imagine?
My ears are bleeding.
Oh god! It's awful.
Right. So nothing happens with that, which is good.
Blank day die, which is good.
I'm going to...
This die only has bad stuff on it. It's either useless or villagers move.
Praying for useless.
Praying for useless.
That'll be our first album.
At night, we get this much more useful die, which is all just attacks.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reserve this ranged attack.
Yes.
And I'll probably reserve melee. There's no monsters near me, so it seems a bit dumb.
Well, we can't get any experience points this round either, so...
Maybe move out.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend these two, which is defense, to move.
Or are you going to pick up...
Oh, no. So
That's me.
one to move.
That's...
Oh, I'm blue. It's very confusing because I'm always green.
I'm green in a crazy turn of events.
Yeah. So I'll do one movement. I'm going to pick up one of the objectives.
Yes. That's a free thing, free action.
Now, because I do that, though, I become slow.
Yeah, because it's heavy.
Become.
I think you mean slower. Hey!
These three.
And then you can't actually move anywhere.
I know.
Do you want to reserve? I don't think
think-
those are worth reserving.
No, I don't.
Because the melee's attacks you're not going to use for a while, and you don't
Correct.
need the defense.
And I don't need the defense, so
you're
I
better
might-
off just re-rolling them next turn.
Exactly.
Oh, you can't re-roll them. Oh, were they all attacks?
There was three. There were two attacks,
Okay.
so there wasn't enough symbols to re-roll.
So I'll put them back. I will put this here. And that is my turn done.
Brilliant. My turn. I will roll all of these dice.
Ta-da!
Show me something good.
Oh, villagers move.
It's not bad, but we do have a villager move there.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is take one of these two and move them heads or tails.
Fun flip.
Don't fuck it up.
What did you point, sorry?
Heads and tails.
Tails.
Let's keep that
Ta-da!
consistent all game.
To avoid confusion.
Avoid confusion.
Alright, so I've got here a
All
ranged
about
attack.
avoiding confusion.
I've got 2 retaliates and 2 magic symbols. I like magic symbols because they activate my comb trap and I can make zones unlucky so villagers miss me. I'm like a wraith. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Of course, they might not miss me.
And they have really dishevelled hair. So they're most likely to walk into it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, ooh, a comb! Ooh, a comb! Ooh, a comb!
That makes sense, because I didn't understand that earlier on. Now that you read the background story,
like,
that
aha!
would make a bit more sense, okay.
If you don't know the story, the comb trap seems awfully random.
Yeah.
Like, what do I attach it to, like a spring and it sticks in your face?
Can you imagine? Deadly comb.
Well, you see, I thought it was a honeycomb. So we could-
Ooh,
So,
I love a crunchy.
So they're sitting there eating honeycomb,
Yeah.
like Pooh Bear.
Yes.
And then
And then getting stuck in a tree.
they go for their sword and it's like stuck with honey and they
Yeah.
can't get it out.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
That'd be really funny. I've decided
That's
that
what the
I'm a
comb
honey
trap is.
banshee. Different to regular banshee.
All right, Pooh. Aw.
Honey banshee, yeah. So we're gonna move in.
That was my
here.
pet name for you back when we went out.
You're like, oh, honey, and I was like, don't call me that.
Here.
I need a slow token, please, buddy.
Slow.
I am also slow.
That's slow, isn't it?
It is. For those of you who are wondering, it's a hoof with blood on it. I think we're not sure.
It looks like a face.
It could be a boot. It's really unclear.
Oh, it's a boot. It is a boot. Is it? Yes, it's a boot. I think.
So the thing we're kind of moving for here
Back
is that
here.
as a tank, we're going to try and get the faster players behind me to carry these items. And hopefully I can start ploughing through these waves of villagers to allow our Banshee and the vampire to seal off the gate.
Yes.
That's the theory.
That's the theory. So we have built this team using some level of intelligence. We'll see if it works out. But the characters in this game all have 3 different classes. There is the defensive class. They do actually have special names, but it's in this they're like Guardian or something.
Yeah.
But it's defensive, it's damage dealing or DPS, and it's support. So they say you can have 1 support, 1 defensive, and then as many damage dealing as you want. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's right. Or is it as many support as you want?
It's many. It's the middle one. It's a support one that you can have as many of. You can only have 1.
1 damage and 1 defense.
Yeah.
And then as many support as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've obviously gone for 1 for each rounded team. I'm the damage dealer. Andrew is the defensive one, and Michael is the support. The vampire's actually a healer, basically.
Yeah.
And he's also very hard to kill.
All right, my round.
1 damage.
Right, so all 6.
Yep, in we go.
Let's do this.
Excellent.
Right, we got nothing for the village.
Oh, but we got 1 villager here, though.
Oh, we got 1 villager there.
So this guy's going to
Resolve
move
that one
again.
first.
Heads and tails. We'll keep heads and tails the same.
I was very apprehensive then before doing it. Heads, tails. Sorry, tails.
So it's following his friend. And these 2 are resolved.
Okay, right, so I've got
2 ranged
2
attacks.
range and 2 1. So, because we've got them coming up this left flank, should I move down towards that way?
I feel like this is your side. Buddy.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'm going to reserve 2 of my movement to get moving towards that bit.
So in here?
Yep. And I will reserve 1 of my ranged attacks.
Cool.
For that.
What was the trap?
Oh, we forgot to put a trap out. Oh no! Sorry.
Trap it.
So we've now got this trap here.
Could you spend one of his dice for that?
It is a melee.
Oh,
you could, yeah. So this trap will only go in a large room, and it affects It affects everyone, and it deals 2 damage to all the villagers, and then they retreat 1 zone. It's a chandelier trap. So if you've got a spare melee,
I do have a spare melee. Yeah.
Well, why don't you use that to set the trap up in here as you pass through?
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Right.
Good. Well remembered, Michael. We would have been short a trap there if we hadn't done that. Also, we actually did not reset this.
See, I'm a good support character.
This is now correct.
Okay, great. So I've got a spare one, so that's used up. And I will reserve 1 here, and the 2 movement I've spent.
Great. Okay. So now we're into the villagers phase, where the villagers get to do stuff, unfortunately. So the first thing that happens in the village phase is this event clock will tick up once per monster. So if it goes up to 3. Nothing will trigger off of that yet. It triggers at
5.
5, yep.
5, 10, 15, and 19.
Which is scenario specific to this one.
Yes.
And then what we've got is villager activation and movement. Now, in this case, normally we would flip a coin to see which room activates first, because they're both equidistant from the heart. But because it's not going to have any effect, we'll just do them this way. So these attack everything in the room. There's nothing there.
Move the peasants first, I think. Not that it really matters.
It doesn't matter. I don't think. Unless we get to a situation where they won't fit on the tile.
Oh, yes, that's a good point.
And then these ones will get in there. And then traps will trigger, but the only trap is the chandelier here. Not hitting anyone at the moment. Yep. So now what we'll do is troll activation. He's not on the board. So then it's time for spawning new peasants.
Spawn!
So we'll go left to right. Spawn. So that's a redraw. We've got 3 peasants.
Have you got sufficient?
Yes. Yeah, I've got a horde out here on the table. 2 hunters. Andrew, kindly draw a token. And they just keep coming forever.
For me again.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's bad because
so we get one red hunter and we get one baseless hunter. Yeah. So the maximum number of hunters you can have with any particular colored base is 5. And then you start spawning them without colored bases if you would spawn one of that color. And the baseless ones hunt everyone. So they're everyone's nemesis and they're bad news. They're called seasoned hunters.
So we need
1 more base.
So he's the seasoned one, this guy.
So we've got a big old... That's helpful, actually, because there's no small peasants. So we can't get them too confused. There we go. And last but not least, we've got 3 more villagers. Ah, come on, the angry hordes. Excellent. And now it's cleanup phase. And what we're going to do is put out a new trap card. And we'll set up this dice pool here with a knight die.
Ooh.
We'll flip this over, and I'll become the first player.
Nice one. I should point out we've got a fire trap on the board now. So it deals 3 damage, and town heroes suffer burn.
And you can play this in a corridor or a small room, and it affects everyone.
And it costs...
A ranged attack symbol.
Range attack symbol.
Cool.
Excellent. Cool. And then we're going to continue to face the waves of... Maybe we'll kill some peasants tomorrow on Ready City Play.
Oh no, I want to do it now.
Too bad. You will also go last.
Denied.
Denied. Super denied. So we'll be back tomorrow to find out whether or not Banshee, Doulahan, and Vampire can defeat the evil villagers. See you tomorrow, everyone.
We got this. Awesome. Awesome sauce.